Hello, I'm your host, Neil Howard. Thank you so much for joining us once again for the Beyond Borders podcast. We're going to be speaking with Mr. Peter Rea from Boomering. Welcome, Peter. How are you?
Exceptionally well. Thank you very much, Neil, and Beyond Borders for hosting me.
Well, I'm happy to have you. Glad that you could take the time with us. What we do is try to offer information about offshoring, outsourcing, and especially the benefits of outsourcing to the Philippines. Of course, I said that you are here representing Boomering. Give us a bit of background information about yourself, a little bit of your area of expertise, and then let's talk about how you came to be involved with Boomering and your current position.
Okay, fabulous. So I did a 180 in joining Boomering. So I spent 32 years working at sea, from scuba diving, sailing, and being a master of ships. So I've got a lot of expertise and insights in how to build teams and effectively use teams. And when I was working in commercial shipping, I would work a month on ship and have a month off ship. And during my time off, I would come here and live in the Philippines. Mm-hmm. That's where I met Dean, the owner and founder of Boomering. Sorry, one of the owners. I'm also an owner now. Mm-hmm. And I met Dean on my second trip to the Philippines 9 years ago, and we got on incredibly well. He's an exceptional human being. He's helped me a lot in my life personally and professionally. So Boomering was started in 2017, was doing exceptionally well. COVID hit. I think we all know enough about COVID we all saw a downturn during COVID, especially offshoring. But I think the beauty of COVID afterwards, a silver lining, is we stopped having conversations regarding what remote working was and how it could work for companies, because everybody went and worked from home. So the benefits became apparent immediately. So we no longer have those conversations. Dean was growing the company again and reaching out for investment to help them scale. And he thought of me. And he asked me, would I like to invest? And my answer was, how much? When do you want it? Snapped his hand off. Because my investment was in Dean, not in Boomering. It's relationships. And I know Dean's character and the kind of person he is and what he puts into the company. So I invested 3 years ago, got to come back to the Philippines 2.5 years ago because I got locked out of the country for 18 months. And Dean gave me the opportunity to join the family and work within the company. So my function now, not just as an owner, I'm what we call the growth manager. So I like to go out there with the Boomering brand, talk with lots of different kinds of business owners. No preconceptions. You never know where your next big customer might be. So you never go in with preconceptions, and go out trying to help people. From my shipping background, a rising tide raises all ships. So if we can help other people win and help other people grow and let karma look after us, then that's a winning success. And that's what I try and do in Boomering, and karma's been very good to us.
You know, you mentioned the silver lining after COVID, with many, many people working from home now and not really having to go back to the office. Before we get into the dynamics of Boomering, what were some of the challenges navigating this new type of working? Was it a challenge getting companies as clients for offshoring when they already had people at home?
Yeah, most definitely. I think there's two parts to that question. So prior to COVID, offshoring was typically hosted within office facilities. So 100% of our staff were hosted in offices. When COVID hit, we had to deploy, I think we're 186 back at that time. We had to deploy all those people to work from home. So there was 0 in the office. Right now, we're about a 60-40 split. So 60% in the office, 40% working from home. So we've had huge learning curves over the last year about working with teams who are working from home. And then to your point about, people are now deployed onshore working from home on companies. Our messaging is all about support, Neil. We don't want to cost jobs. We want to enable companies and people within companies to do what they're supposed to be doing. What they're experts at, what brings value into the company. We don't want you managing emails, scheduling time, and doing all that disruptive back office support things. My favorite story is a simple one. It's an accountant. So you have an accountant in your company. He's handling 5 clients, and he's doing their Australian tax, and he's the expert in Australian tax. But he's only got 5 clients because he's doing all the other generalized accountancy. So get yourself an accountant offshore here in the Philippines. They'll do all that 80% of that generalized accountancy work. That now frees up your onshore accountant to focus on what he does best, that 20%, the Australian tax. 80% of his time's free. He can now go from 5 clients to handling 15, 20.
So his capacity was increased simply by signing with Boomering.
Yeah, absolutely correct. It's all about supporting and getting him doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Peter, how would you characterize Boomering? There are BPO services that are highly specialized. There are those that will do only a certain type of industry. How would you characterize Boomering when it comes to industry support?
That's a great question. A lot of BPOs here in the Philippines have niched in. So some of them handle purely accountancy, some of them just handle outbound sales or inbound customer service. Boomering have taken a very generalized approach. I could wax lyrical on how wonderful we are, but we have taken a very generalized approach, and we tailor support around what our client needs. So we can handle any kind of industry or sector. It doesn't have to be even be on the internet. We have one client in Australia who does outreach support for his clients doing beautiful custom built cards. So the image, and it's on beautiful paper, and inside it's a handcrafted message, not printed, but written by calligraphers. It goes into a beautiful envelope with beautiful handwriting and a wax seal. So his offshore team is made up of a team of calligraphers who don't even use the internet. So our approach is to, if you're interested in offshoring and you want to look at solutions that can help support you and help you scale, we'll have the conversation, we'll listen to what your needs are, and then we'll start flexing and tailoring solutions about what your requirements are.
Is there an opportunity to explore what Boomering has to offer before any upfront financial commitment? And my last question before we get that most important contact information is, what about the client that is already involved in offshoring, outsourcing? Do you totally replace what they have currently? Do you enhance it? How does that work?
Great questions. So, people can visit our website, which is boomering.ph. We offer a zero-cost, no-commitment policy to introduce you to the exceptional talents we have here in the Philippines. Have a conversation with us. Talk about the kind of role you'd like to fill. Let's get a job description together. Based on that job description, we'll let you know what kind of salary that person could demand, and we'll break it down very transparently how much it would cost with disbursements to government and non-government organizations here in the Philippines to run that person. If you're still happy, we'll go out to market. We'll start sourcing candidates for you to look at, candidates you'll interview because they're going to be working for you, embedded in your team, working on your systems and your platforms. And right up to the stage until you go, Romeo is awesome, I love Romeo, let's agree a salary package, let's agree a start date, and that up to that stage, no cost, no commitment. We'll issue the invoice, we'll get Romeo onboarded, and there you go. You go running off into the sunset working with Romeo while we take care of all the back office. And I think the simple message, Neil, is outsourcing and offshoring used to be the realm of big financial institutions and Wall Street. It's no longer. Offshoring and outsourcing is most definitely now on your street. Reach out, have a chat, see if it can work for you. If it doesn't, I'm certain I can put you in contact with people who can help.
Peter, it has been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Beyond Borders podcast. Thank you so much, and I'm hoping that you'll come back and give us some more information.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for your time, Neil, and good luck.
You've been listening to the Beyond Borders podcast. I'm your host, Neil Howard, with Peter Rea of Boomering. Find out more at www.verticalinternetmedia.com and find out about our BPO services at outsourcingfit.com.